So I know this is Nightwood guns, but today we're going to be talking about knives, specifically Microtechs, because for some reason, gun people seem to be drawn to Microtechs, or just out the front knives in general, and I think that's because, one, they're sexy, and guns are sexy, and two, knives shoot out of them, so it's kind of like a gun. So as we all know, Microtechs cost quite a bit of money. They're pretty expensive. So today I'm going to be answering, is it worth it? Is it worth your hard-earned money to pick up one of these really cool knives? I can't stop doing it. When you get one, I'm telling you, it's going to be that. From what I can gather, it seems that Microtechs appeal to people in 4 different camps. You got the form people, the function people, the collectors, and the flexers. So the form people are people like me. I think these knives just look super cool, and because of that, I want one, and I carry it because it looks cool. Then you have the function people, the people that actually want to use it all the live long day. So these are people that are law enforcement, emergency responders, or people that just have a use for a utility knife all day. Then you have the collectors, the people who just want to collect as many different versions of the thing that they love as possible, and there are a lot of these available out there. And then you have the flexers. These are the people that are all about status. They're wearing their Rolex or driving their Mercedes, and you better believe they're carrying a Microtech. And if they're driving a Lamborghini, they're probably carrying a Marfione Custom with meteorite blade and gold inlay, who knows. So let's talk about the form people first, the people who think they look cool. Boy, do they look cool, and if you fall into this camp, absolutely get one because you're gonna be super, super happy. The only downfall the form people are gonna run into is when you carry these knives for a long time, and I'm talking for years. If you get one that's a cool color, that color is gonna start to fade. I've got this Troodon here that was made in 2015 that I've been carrying for 5 years. And this thing still has, it's held up extremely well. It's got some finish wear along the edges where you'd expect a knife that was a utility knife that's being used often to get normal wear and tear. But the big thing for the form people is if you get one that's a cool color, that color, the side that is riding up against your body in your jeans or your shorts pocket or whatever, the color's gonna start to fade just a little bit, and you'll be able to tell. You flip the knife over, and the side that's not rubbing against your body is a little more vibrant than the side that is. So if you're someone who, is kind of obsessive about the way your stuff looks, that's something to be aware of. But honestly, with how much I've carried and used this thing, it has held up extraordinarily well. And then you have the function people, the people that are going to use this every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year, and they need a knife that's going to hold an edge very well, cut when they need it, deploy when they need it reliably. And Microtechs are awesome for that as well. They hold an edge extremely well. They use high quality steel. Most of them are LMAX. This Troodon is CTS XHP, so kind of cool. You don't see that every day. But this thing has held an edge super well. Never had it sharpened, never needed to be sharpened because it's held such an incredible edge. Now you can cut anything with this blade. These blades come scalpel sharp from the factory. It's insane. Be super careful with these. But they have one enemy, and that is if you're planning on getting a pocket knife to open boxes all day with, where you get your Amazon package in or something comes into the office and you're opening boxes and you're getting tape residue all over the blade every single day, it's kind of a death wish for the knife. And what I mean by that is even if you cut a box and you get some tape residue on there and you take the tape off and with your fingers kind of pinch it and get the tape residue off there and then bring the blade back in, over time, and from my experience, I'm talking about a year, the blade's gonna start to get a little sluggish, going in and out. It's gonna feel like the spring's getting weak, but really what it is it's that tape residue just collecting stuff inside the knife and it just slowing the deployment down, in and out. And after about 1.5 years of cutting boxes every single day, the knife's not gonna fully deploy. So if you plan on using it as a box cutter, just know that there's a little more maintenance required to keep it up and running. That usually requires dousing the inside of it with REM oil and then blasting it out with compressed air, and that's probably gonna keep the thing running. It's gonna help get that residue out of there. If that doesn't work, you are sending it back off to Microtech so they can crack it open with their proprietary screwdriver and clean it out for you and send it back to you and then chew you out for not getting tape residue off of it. That being said, this thing will cut anything else reliably every single time, deploy every time. The spring is at rest both ways, both out and in. Like I said, I've carried this knife in particular for 5 years and it has held up like crazy. So now we're on to people that are collectors. These are people that just want to get as many different kinds as they can, in which case Microtech is super, super hard to beat because they have all different blade types, blade finishes, colors, everything you could possibly imagine. In my right hand here, I have a turquoise, partial serrate, drop point with a stonewash finish. And over here I have a blue satin finish, double partial serrate. I mean, the options are endless. I've also got, like I mentioned before, a Troodon in red with a double partial serrate, satin finish on the blade. And then I've got the Bounty Hunter Ultratech with a Tonto blade, full serrate.
You ever wonder how a Mandalorian shaves when he's not allowed to take his helmet off? The Microtech Bounty Hunter. Beskar, Carbonite, doesn't matter. Shave through anything with the Microtech.
Yeah, they make Microtechs for nerds too. When it comes to Microtechs and collecting them, you will go broke before you collect all of them. And in fact, you're not going to be able to collect all of them even if you have all the money in the world, because you're not going to be able to find all of them. And then we have the flexers. The people that just want to flex. They want to have the coolest knife in the room, where everyone's like, oh, this is my Kershaw. This is my Hogue knife. This is my Gerber knife. And then you go, this is my signature series Hellhound Ultratech in Distressed Merlot with an apocalyptic finish. You will always have the coolest knife in the room if you have a Microtech, unless you have a richer friend that also likes Microtechs, in which case they will always have the coolest knife in the room because they're going to have the Marfione custom made out of Beskar with 24 karat gold infusion in the steel with meteorite inlaid in the handle that is made out of the bone of a famous basketball player's femur. I mean, these knives really start to get crazy. So if you're someone that just absolutely wants the coolest knife in the room, and you play high-stakes poker with Russians, and when everyone starts out, they all stab their knives into the table, and you want the coolest knife to stab into the table, get yourself a high-end Microtech, because you're going to beat everybody. So in conclusion, are Microtechs worth it? I'm going to say yeah. They're worth it. Yes, they are expensive, but you are buying a world-class knife. Even just talking about the blade, the steel they use, the edge that they hold, and the quality control, you get what you pay for. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. I'm Brett, and this was Nightwood Guns, talking about knives. Very knives! Nightwood out.